Hey everyone, I hope you're doing fantastic and you really are charged to be the executive leader that you actually want to be and that you want to be the manager who makes a difference, who changes people's lives. And for that, we need to be brave. We need to be bold. We need to go out there, inspire, share our wisdom, share our fears, be authentic. And I feel that in today's time, and that's also why I'm here with you today, I want to share some of the things that help me a little bit on my way to be stronger and bolder. And especially now, start of the year, I had to think about it a little bit because I feel there are areas which, we all are a little bit struggling with, and some areas we are afraid of. And regardless of the industry you're at, regardless of your profession, being you and authentic is such an important thing. So, without further ado, I want to talk today about this executive mandate and breaking the mold of resilience. The first thing I want to share with you guys is this notion of the trap of routine and stagnation. The trap of routine and stagnation. The ground is shifting underneath our feet, right? The industry I'm at in automotive, it's tough. And it's not just there, it's around the world. We see the political, challenges in one country and another. And sometimes we are trapped in our routines. We, especially here in the West, you know, there is this whole notion of creativity versus progress. And I feel that we sacrifice progress for creativity. And there is this book I started reading actually from Noah Harari, The Nexus, and the power of networks to surface the truth. And, you know, life becomes very predictable as you wake up, as you go to sleep, as you eat, work, repeat. So we create efficient systems, but in the same time, I feel we create disengaged individuals and we resign to status quo. And this is especially very common at the start of the year as people sign up for fitness classes and then quit at the end of the month or never show up because it's just too hard. And this is why there is this second notion that I want to bring you guys, which is the personal lesson in challenging the norms. So I'm a big person on challenges. And this time again of the year is a great idea to think, where do you struggle? What have you experienced firsthand? Like in my line of work, in marketing and sales, I have struggled a lot, especially because in my early years, I commuted, quite far to work, or even if it wasn't far, I was stuck, in commuting somewhere in the morning. And so it forced me to postpone some of the decisions I was making in other areas of my life. And I forced to wake up earlier and get to work until I realized, hey, maybe, and there is this power of really challenging the norms, right? I thought maybe I can stay at home or maybe I can drive a little bit later because I feel, and that's a little bit what the lesson was for me, clinging to unchallenged habits isn't resilience, it's complacency. And breaking free requires really deliberate, pardon, action. So remember, it's about action. It's about going and doing the thing, even if you don't feel like it. And that brings the thing that is the tough part, which is confronting the status quo. Einstein said pretty much that in there, and I hope it was Einstein because I was looking actually who was the founder of the quote, uh, that insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different result. I feel as leaders we must embody wisdom. We must embody effective leadership. That means challenging norms and doing things differently. And there's a book, it's called The Decision Book. There is a model or framework in it. It's called the hard choice model, provides exactly that, a decision model navigating exactly those situations where you need to decide and you don't know how. Because the stakes are really high now, right? Making a wrong decision is often costly, and this requires us to be a little bit more retrospective in terms of our boldness, in terms of our actions, in terms of how well aware we are of ourselves, and so that you can take meaningful action. And that leads me to the next point, which is transformative power of hard choices. Transformative power of hard choices. This is probably the hardest one, because you don't see immediately when you shift your decision and when you start doing something that is hard, that it could make your life easier. And one of the harder choices in my life was moving to the West, doing something that felt uncomfortable. And there was obviously a significant consequence for me to move to the West. Financial strain, cultural adjustments, thinking about if I'm gonna fit, uncertainty of starting over, losing my friendships, and the experience was really of resilience, empathy, and independence. It taught me that even in the most challenging situations, one might lead really to outcomes that you never foresee, greatest growth, a lot of pain, but at the same time, it's those are principles you can apply in business and societies, right? Organizations that encourage bold decisions, adaptability to thrive in ever-changing world will survive and will surpass others. And also leaders who empower teams to disrupt routines and embrace change, cultivate resilience, and foster innovation. And I know this sounds maybe dry, but at the same time, it's really true. And the challenge with these topics is that often you don't see it immediately, and that's why you need to listen to it and have people around you who actually encourage you to do that. And that's my call for you today. It's the call to lead with courage. The call to lead with courage. This year requires the next level of you. It requires the next level growth. It requires you to be the executive who can really step outside the mandate and do something bold. It's the year of bold moves. Break the mold, lead with courage, inspire others, be kind, and challenge the norms, right? In your culture, adapt, inspire people with kindness, give. Don't be a taker, be a giver, and focus on improving individuals, and focus on improving the teams, strengthen your organization, be more dynamic, and you connect to the rest of the world. And the last part that I want to tell you and give you is really seek epic people, seek weapons, surround yourself with transformative people. But that means also you have to be transformative yourself, be bold, inspire others to do great things. And, you know, you will see really your life quality rise and everything around you. So the question is, are you ready to make the decisions, and when? So I want to thank you. This is a brief inspiration, but this should be inspiration to take you on a journey, to take you behind the scenes in your life and remind you that things are ever moving, ever fluent, and always changing. So if you want more of this, go and you see in the left right corner a little QR code. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. I post there pretty much every day some little update from the industry, some tech, some fitness, and as well I'm shooting these things on. I usually post them on YouTube, and maybe in some newsletter as well. So if you wanna, stay in my circle, reach out again. There are some programs that I'm creating as well this year. One of them is the Resilient Optimist, focused on mental health, business, and then also there is a LinkedIn group which you could join, and some other perhaps meetings. So, anyways, I wanna give you really a lot of love and respect you deserve. Thank you for watching this. Please share it with 3 of your friends if you can, if they need to hear this, to be positive. And these, if I'm not mistaken, 5 bullet points that could help them to elevate their game this year, to be better, stronger decision maker. If you need some, suggestions about books and podcasts, let me know. And really, until the next time, please stay awesome, stay legendary, and remember, it's the year of bold moves.